It's 6:30 in the morning. As you can see, the sun's just about coming up, and it's time to start getting ready for Horrorwood 3. It's just gone 8:30 and we've finally arrived at Heywood Leisure Centre. This is the place behind us. It's really busy, lots of cars here, so hopefully it'll be a good day. Now 10 o'clock, we're just about set up. We've got some board gaming tables just over here, and as you can see in the background, there's lots of stalls here selling all kinds of stuff, and then there's a stage there where there's going to be some Q&As. We've got a few guests in. You can see the Boarhog over there. We've got Reese Ryan and Craig Quinn, both from Boarhog, who you've probably seen on our podcast before. We've got Murder House Productions in the corner just over there, who've also been on our podcast, and there's absolutely loads of other people here, so it's going to be a good day. It's just about to open the doors, 10 o'clock, so stay tuned.
Amazing guests. We've got Reese Ryan of Boarhog. We've got Danielle Renal from Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Everybody give her a cheer. Woo! Thank you. We have also got Craig Quinn, the director of Boarhog, and many other things. And one of his lovely leading ladies, Jo Malone, is with us as well. So we're going to be doing some Q&As with those guys shortly. If you can see here, that's the basic run time. We'll stick to it as best as we can. There is also, down this end, we have tattoos. So if you want a tattoo, they have a piercer as well. Go and see the Hand of Hollow guys. We've got a special effects demo next to the tattoo stand. The guy, Jay, who builds his own lifelike flesh and skin and stuff, he can show you how to do those kinds of things at home if that's what you're into. So go and see Jay. We also have a creature encounter, so there's some tarantulas and some creepy crawlies in the gazebo at the back there. What else have we got? We've got a live artist, The Art of Fish. You will have seen him at some of the biggest Comic Cons in the country. He's in the corner there, live painting some really famous characters. If we've got little ones with us, we have a gore station, so they can have a go at making their own special effects and get all mucky and messy. We do have wet wipes, so don't worry too much. That's going to be there all day. They can just come along. That is a free activity, and they can get as messy as they like. And the thing I am most excited about, probably the most excited about, the Scare Maze with Murder House Productions. A full-on Scare Maze. Whose idea was it to give you guys a whole room to yourselves? Hey, what was that all about? So the Scare Maze is now officially open if you would like to go through the Scare Maze. It is in the main foyer. There's a board outside so you can see where you're going. You get one go through the Scare Maze as part of your ticket entry. Any subsequent goes through, we are asking for a donation to their charity, the Birmingham Children's Hospital charity. If you want to donate 10 times, you can go through 10 times, provided we've got space. So that's the Scare Maze. We've also got Junior Paranormal is here with us. They will be doing some talks. They've got some ghost hunting gear out, so if you ever fancied yourself as a Ghostbuster, go and see the Junior Paranormal guys and they will talk you through it. We have also got, which have been mega popular already in the middle here, we have board games, horror-themed board games. That is a free activity. The man who is filming me here in the beanie hat is Will. He is responsible for those, so if you want to learn a new board or card game, go and speak to Will and he will be happy to show you. And as well as that, as you can already see, we have got some amazing traders. So you've got some unique stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else, I believe. And also thank you to MASH Audio Visual, have a look at the bands at the front, for bringing this incredible setup to Heywood. And in the middle of the day, thank you, in the middle of the day you are going to have a real treat. We have got a live band. Now these are all local lads, they are all from Heywood. They're quite well acquainted to some of the audio-visual guys, seeing as one of them is their son. So we are going to have a little gig for you, which is something we haven't done before. So GomBall machinery in the corner over there, give it up for the lads. Woo! I was here for the sound check while we were helping some traders sell last night, and they sound amazing. I'm told that if you listen carefully, you might pick up some little nuggets of popular horror movie theme tunes and stuff laced within their songs, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to shut up now because I really need a drink of water. Scare Maze is open. Keep an eye on the schedule, it'll be on the screen for most of the day, and I hope you all have an amazing time. Thanks for coming, everybody. Woo! Thank you.
So we started out, we did a film called Wrong Side, which, you know, we didn't really expect to go as far as it did. It got to Amazon Prime, and it got to winning an award at LA Indie Horror Fest that year, so it was just a bit crazy. And then we decided to move on to Boarhog. Then we've got Scornface and Untold. So
we're going to show the trailer for Scornface in a little bit. So, and Joe, this is where you come into the story, isn't it? In Scornface. Yeah. So how long have you been acting?
Since I was 5, since I was Mary in the Nativity and a seat all on my head.
And you thought this will do for me?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not a big horror fan. Shouldn't say that, should I?
Hang on a minute.
I know, but to be honest, doing Scornface has converted me slightly. I don't know if I can watch them still. I'm still petrified I have to put a pillow in front of my face. But being in Scornface was, yeah, great, because I'm used to doing drama and comedy, so horror was a new, completely different genre for me. But I've really enjoyed it.
Good, I'm glad to hear. And it is a completely different. You guys are all in this room here because you love horror. If you love horror, give us a cheer. So we're a very unique little group of people. Well, we're not so little anymore. There's a lot of horror fans out there these days.
no,
Have you seen that there's more of a want for horror content and horror movies?
Yeah, because I think it's, you know, through a lot of other things coming out, like Terrified. There's a lot more of a shock factor going on now because of how big Welcome to Derry was.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you know, you had Terrifier because you had, like I say, that whole shock factor. So there's a lot more people wanting to do horror now.
Yeah, of course. What we're going to do then, we're going to show you the show reel for Fade to Blood film so that you can get a little bit of a taste and a feel for what Craig does and the kind of movies that he makes. As I said, there is some strong language in some of them and they are quite gory, so if you think there's little ones that won't enjoy it, just cover their eyes for a couple of minutes. Can we play that show reel?
Bit of a trouble behind the camera, or, you know, things just aren't going right.
Yeah.
It can be pretty difficult, so you've got to come out and, like, you know, get back behind the camera and make sure everything gets sorted.
So it's quite a strange thing now, I imagine. So you're covered in fake blood, you've got a costume on, you're in character, you've just done this really gory, intense scene, and then it's like, oh Craig, and you've got to get out of that, and get out of that mindset, and then you go into director mode.
Well, a lot of time if I'm covered in fake blood, it's too late. These guys are just going to have to get on with it.
Just deal with it.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing, you know, when we did Boarhog, I was covered in the blood. I think everyone knew that I wasn't going to be available for the rest of the day, so they had to just kind of like get on with it how they could. So.
Yeah. And I suppose if you build a team around you that understand how you want to work and understand what your vision is, that's a bit easier, is it, to leave them to kind of get on with things if you can't?
Yeah, because by the time we got to that scene, we kind of knew how we was going to do it.
Yeah.
With the scene where I am in most of the fake blood.
Yeah.
It was very late on in the kind of shoot.
Okay.
So we had everything else that we needed. We just needed to get being done.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Brilliant.
So we kind of by then knew what we was going to be doing.
Yeah.
So.
Not like me, I still don't know what I'm doing. I know halfway through the day. So how did you meet Jo? How did you bring Jo into the fold and get her into these horror movies, acting and stuff for you?
Well, with Jo, I did a show reel for her.
All right.
And it kind of went from there. We had a casting call out for the lead in Scarface. Jo auditioned and we stayed, we wanted an American. And she did like 2 American accents.
Oh, okay.
And then she did like, kind of like a North Carolina accent.
Yep.
And that kind of sealed it, that's what I wanted.
Can you give us an example of that, Jo, please?
How would you like me to talk?
Beautiful. I believe you're a musician as well, is that
I
right?
am, yeah. I play the guitar, I'm in a band. I play on my own as well, so that's a new endeavour really. I've only been playing about 2 years. I've always liked to play and play the keyboard as well.
Wow, so really musical.
Multi-talented, you know.
And do you think that helps when you're going for roles as well, to have another skill set that you can kind of put yourself in that mind frame for?
Definitely. I mean, for me, I sing as well, but I only started singing again recently because I had a lot of negativity around singing about 20 years ago, so I stopped singing. And it's really stupid, really, to allow other people's opinions to affect me for that length of time, because actually I'm really good at it. And I'm doing alright out of it.
And you enjoy it as well. It gives you
exactly.
to do that.
So it's a moral of the story, really. It's just do what you want.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Well, I think that's such a good note to bring up, because that's why we did what we did with Horrorwood here. And it's one of the reasons I'm going to mention them quickly while we've got some time. The Sophie Lancaster Foundation, some reps from the charity are here. Give them a cheer, everyone, please. Thank you. So for us, we wanted to do something for the community and for charity, and it was an absolute no-brainer when we were picking the charity that we wanted to use, because these guys have been supporting people like us for a long time now, and taking from what Jo said, letting others influence how you feel about yourself and how you enjoy the talents that you've got. It can be difficult to wrestle with that sometimes.
And the legs off.
Yeah.
She's also like that.
So you hired an amputee to
Yeah.
work with what you've got, I guess. Why not?
So it was like, we didn't do it on purpose.
Right, okay.
We didn't have it planned. We was just going to do a normal death scene.
Right.
Well then she said, I can take everything off.
I bet you were like, yes, do that.
And then we was like, yeah, let's do that. So yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like how it works, like everything else is legit.
Actual body parts flying
Yeah.
That's an amazing show reel. That's incredible. So I'm just going to very quickly mention, because you did see him on the screen there, the Boarhog, Mr. Reese Ryan, is with us today as well. We're going to be speaking to him a little bit later on. So he was the terrifying creature with the big head on it. You can go and see some of the props from the movie at Reese's table. You can come and speak to Craig and Jo about any future projects that they've got. We're going to play the trailer for Scornface in a minute, I think, because that's your newest release.
Yeah, so Scornface is the next chapter in the Sound City universe, which we base the films in. So Jo plays Patty Blunston, who is a children's TV presenter who's lost a job with the network, and now she's coming back to get everyone who ever did a wrong in the industry.
Oh, okay, so it's a revenge kind of...
Yeah, it's a big revenge kind of thing.
How much fun was it to play that woman that was just like, do you know what? I've had it.
It was amazing, because at the time I was going through not a very good time anyway, so it was a good way to release my demons.
Absolutely.
But in a way that I wouldn't go to prison.
So there's a little tip for you. If you've got some pent-up aggression, become a horror movie star, and then you won't go to prison. You can get it all out on screen.
Brilliant.
So I'm going to get the guys to cue up the Scornface trailer, and then we'll just talk through that quickly. And is that alright with you? Let me just show you which one it is.
In entertainment news tonight, Patty Blunston, the beloved children's entertainer, has been removed from the air and had her contract terminated by Happy Town TV. The reason for this is due to stalking and harassment allegations made by former Miss Sounder City Alexis Summerfield.
I'm Becky's!
You take a good look at me. You cried how damaged I am. I want to enjoy this.
We have our sound engineering guys doing the score.
Yeah.
He's in Austria,
Okay.
so he's working from there. So yeah. So he's got all he needs. So we're not just waiting on him. There's a few things that are probably move out in the edit, and just a few more things I want to get planned out.
Amazing. And Joe, any future projects for you in the works? Anything you're working on now?
It probably is, and I can't remember what
You'll get back to say like, oh, I should have said that.
So to be honest, at the moment, I'm concentrating more on my music, so because I've been playing with the band, I'm trying to get a solo set together, so that's my thingy at the moment. But yeah,
Where can people find your music if they want to have a listen?
I'm on TikTok, Mojo Maloney. So a bit like Joe Malone, but put a Mojo and a Maloney at the end. And on Instagram as well.
Amazing. And Craig, if people are interested in being in one of your movies maybe, and where do you put your casting calls? How do they find out where to go?
A lot of the casting calls are on social media, or like if you want to be part of something, just come to my stand over there. I'll sort you out the email address, and you can try and get something moving for you.
And honestly, it's such a good experience being on set. Even if you don't want to be in front of the camera, Craig will find you something to do behind it. It's honestly, it's an amazing experience.
Yeah, we've had some great chats, Craig and I, and he's very good at what he does. So if you've any interest in independent horror, come and speak to Craig. He's a wealth of knowledge and he's really good at what he does. So we're going to let you guys get back to your stands. They're over there with the rest of the guests are. If you want to speak to them throughout the day, get pictures, get something signed, go and speak to Craig and Joe. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
Craig and Joe, hello everyone!
Thank you.
Or was it just something that happened on
Yeah, it wasn't horror specifically, just any kind of acting for me, and it's just where I've ended up going, and I do really enjoy it. It's so much fun to play in a horror film.
When you speak to a lot of actors, horror is the one that they enjoy doing the most because it can be so you've got carte blanche to just go for it, haven't you, sometimes.
It's like a playground, isn't it? You're not just like in a cafe drinking a coffee. You're getting to run around and do crazy stuff, and it's so much fun.
So when you've got some quite difficult scenes in Winnie the Pooh, so how do you deal with it? How do you get into that mindset, and then how do you get back out once they've yelled cut?
I'm going to be honest, with these films that I've done so far, they're obviously lower budget films, we don't get a lot of time. We maybe have 10 days, week, maybe 2 weeks maximum to film these films. So it's a case of like a one shot, maybe two if you're lucky, no rehearsals. So it's a lot of just like out of your scenes, trying to stay in character really, just like trying to not talk to anybody else, keeping your character, keeping it in. You've got to kind of do that self-work off set because it's so fast-paced.
I think that's a real testament to an actor as well, because I think there's a misconception when it comes to horror that it's easy, especially when they're slightly lower budget, think, oh, it's easy, anyone can do that. But actually, you've got to be much more on your game than people that have got 12 months to film something. If the budget is running low and the tight, you've got to stay on it, haven't you? Did you find that quite challenging?
It was challenging, and sometimes you'll do a take and you're like, I didn't even like that, but it is what it is.
No choice.
You just got to go with it. So you've got that pressure of really trying to, it's got to be a one take wonder, and it's a lot of pressure.
I bet it is. So I believe I was chatting to Paul before. There's a scene that you did in the pool. So these scenes, so we see like maybe 2 or 3 minutes of a scene on screen, don't we? But there's obviously a lot more behind the scenes. What happened in the pool scene?
For the pool scene, I've nightmares about that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring it up.
I was in that swimming pool for about 5 hours.
5
And it
hours?
was not heated, fully closed.
Wow.
And they kept saying to me, do you want to have a break, come out for 10 minutes? And I'm like, no, because it's going to be even colder out there.
The later
so I
it gets.
just stayed in that pool for 5 hours, and even in between takes, like, no, I'm not, because I'll just be dripping wet.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, it was hard, but worth it.
Yeah.
It's really worth it.
To get this, yeah.
The funny thing about that is obviously it is actually scary. Like having someone chasing you in a pool, it's terrifying. So you're like filming a scene where you're trying to swim away, and they're like, no, go really slow. And you're like,
But I don't want to.
so, it's like fighting yourself. You're trying to go slow, but you just want to go really fast to get away.
That
So, yeah, it was a
really,
challenge.
Yeah, I bet it was. That would be my absolute worst nightmare, I've got to be honest. I'm not a fan of the bodies of water, it would have been awful. So as maybe, I guess, having a background as a dancer, having a physical stamina is really important when you're faced with a scene like that where you've got to...
I guess so, yeah, it was needed. It was definitely needed in that scene.
How did you feel when you finally got out of the pool? Like the best
Like
day
I
ever.
maybe had the flu. No, that's actually okay. Everyone was really good to be like bringing me hot drinks and stuff.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah, it was a very big relief to get out of that pool, get in a hot shower, get some dry clothes on.
So do you ever get a script for something and read it and know instantly that that scene is going to be like horrible to film?
Do you know what? No, I think I'm a bit. I get so overlook those things and get so caught up in the words of the movie that you kind of forget to look at it in that way. And then
You just want to
you
get
go
in
to
there.
film, you're like, oh. Didn't really think about that. Oops.
Yeah, and then you find yourself in a situation
What
like,
have I done?
you know,
What have I
why
done
have I
again?
signed up for this? And then you go back and do it again.
Do it all again.
You know, another movie, a sequel, whatever, let's crack on and do it.
Yeah.
So what's your dream role? What's the character that you would absolutely love to play?
Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna say not horror. I've done so much. It would be something. Well, it could be horror, but something period. I think.
Okay.
Some good costumes.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a different world, maybe, or even could be something sci-fi. Could be horror again.
Oh, sci-fi would be
Yeah, something in
interesting.
a whole different world.
The sci-fi horror is a whole other
Yeah.
branch of stuff, isn't it? One of my favourite love to hate movies is Jason X, the one where Jason goes to space, and everybody hates it, but I think it's brilliant. It's terrible, but it's great.
Yeah.
So what's in the future for Danielle? What have you got coming up next?
Oh, I guess I can probably say now because I think most of the cast is been announced. But I am in Winnie the Pooh 3.
Hey,
I have
there
a very
you go.
I know I do have a very small role because obviously with the whole Winnie the Pooh universe, I can't technically be in any of the other films.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because obviously when we filmed the first one, we didn't expect it to blow up and become such a big thing around the whole world. And now, obviously, the films are getting bigger budgets and the parts are getting juicier. And I can't be in any of them, which is a bit annoying. But he's very kindly given me a small role in the third one. We're going to wig me up, so I'm probably going to have a blonde wig.
Okay.
I'm going to be a bit of like a gypsy showgirl. So that film's in about 2 months.
Wow.
So I'm really excited, especially to look so different.
Yeah.
And just be part of it again.
Yeah,
I
be
feel
back
like
in
I'm
that
missing
world.
out on all this universe that I now can't be in, which is really annoying.
But you were there at the beginning. You played a
original.
part in making it what it is.
Yeah, I remember we went to sleep just normal night and we all woke up and it just blew up overnight worldwide. It was absolutely insane.
It's such a phenomenon, isn't it?
Yeah.
I will, full disclosure, when they started announcing these in the public domain movies, I very openly said, I am not into that. I can't get onto that. So I know. And then I very quickly started to watch some of them and realised that as horror fans, it's brilliant, you know. And so I retracted my earlier statement, and I've actually really got into them. The one I was most dubious about was Popeye, because I used to love Popeye as a kid, and I thought I can't let this be ruined. But yeah, it was
Did you watch
amazing.
my Popeye or the other one? Because there's 2.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
That was probably my favourite film I filmed.
Was it?
I absolutely loved filming that.
What did you love about it?
I think just everything, the cast, the location. We filmed it in a loch in the middle of nowhere in Scotland. I don't know, just the whole, everything about it. I loved my character, my role, my scenes.
Do you ever play characters that you miss once you finish playing them and you think, oh, I kind of miss that person, I really enjoyed that?
Probably that one though. Yeah, because she was a lot younger than me as well. I was playing like a 20-year-old at the same time. Please take me back.
Good work if you can get it. That's amazing. Yeah. So if people want to find out where you're going to be next or what projects you've got on, do you have a website of your own? Have you got an agent? What's the deal?
Just Instagram at the moment.
Okay.
I've been out of the game a little bit. After film winning, unfortunately it was really bullying for about a year. And I'm only just kind of getting over that. So I'm kind of really annoyingly blew up. And I was like, wow, this is going to be amazing. And I've almost had to start again. But there's no stopping me. So I'm kind of getting a new agent right now. So yeah,
Brilliant.
Instagram.
And so we can find you on Instagram, we can look at your past work and you'll announce new stuff that's coming up on there. Where's your dream location to film? You could film anywhere in the world. If someone said, I've got a role in X place, and you were like, yes.
Oh, I'm going to go America, Texas. Get me on a ranch, baby.
Yeah.
Somewhere hot.
Yeah, oh yeah. Not like Heywood, rainy, grey Heywood. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me. Can we all give Danielle a round of applause? She's been amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. let's get close and personal, let's do it.
That was short. Hello.
Yes, that was a teaser trailer there for Boarhog with the main man Reese himself in the horribly horrendous pig costume thing. And we spoke to Craig before, who was the writer and director of the movie. So, Reese,
Hello.
you've had quite the career. I've been looking up at what you've been up to. And
Okay.
You've had quite the career.
Yeah, it's been a big roller coaster. I kind of started when I was 16 at the BBC. If anybody remembers Live and Kicking and No's House Party, and I worked with the likes of Cannonball, Ken Dodd, and it was mainly comedy, to be honest. That's my genre. I worked through all of that, and then I started working on Wallace and Gromit. So yeah, I worked at Aardman Creations with them working on Wallace and Gromit, and then it just kind of progressed. To be honest, it's just been mad. It's been mad. But there's something about making a horror movie and being in horror that really gels and resonates with me. I just like killing people, to be honest. There's something about,
not in real life.
There's something about killing people that feels great.
There's a theme here because Danielle said this like let's get it all, let's live this.
It's like the bear and the pig, Winnie the Pooh meets Boarhog. I quite like that. Yeah.
Oh, the crossover.
I know.
You heard it here first. So tell us, if you could play any type of character,
Yep.
what would be your dream role?
Right, so I did have a list, and number one was Captain Hook. I did that. Then I wanted to try something a little bit different. I really like Peter Schaefer, and I wanted to try Equus, full nude, on stage, UK tour. I was like, let's give that a go. So that was amazing to play Alan in Equus.
Wow.
Now, if I could be anyone, I would love to be Willy Wonka.
Oh, what a great
I would love to have a go at Wonka, or be Doctor Who. If my mate Russell T Davies gets to see any of these videos, I'm your next Doctor Who.
I owe you listening, Russell.
I was with him last week, I'm like,
come on, give me the role, you know you want to.
could we do it? But yeah, horror films are amazing. They are great fun to be part of.
Yeah, and I think like I said before, there's this misconception I feel that horror movies are easy and that you don't have to put a lot of work, anybody can be in a horror movie. That's just not the case.
No, so Boarhog, it was so deep, and playing this character, there are so many layers and levels to Adam Brecknell. And when I first read the script, I was like, okay, I want everybody to really despise him, but I love him because it's part of me. So I had to fall in love with this guy, and I love how complex he is. I love how damaged he is in his own mind, and that is why he makes everybody else suffer around him. I suppose a bit like the Freddy Krueger character. If you look at all the layers to Freddy Krueger, it's integral to play this part honestly and openly, because that's what we're giving to you guys. I mean, a lot of people who have been today and who've seen the movie, there was one guy who's travelled from Birmingham, and he was really going deep into the nuances of why Brecknell does what he does and everything like that, which I quite like. I like it that people pick it apart.
Yeah, and I think that's what a good movie does. When you've got a good character, it makes you ask questions, doesn't it? And it makes you look at, is there somebody in my life I know that maybe you can relate some of those traits?
Absolutely, 100%. And I chose people from my life who I've met in the past who are not very nice people, and I put them together to create this absolute psychopath. And he really is a nasty, dangerous piece of work. And I've got the original costume is with me today, so that is the actual mask and the knife that I wear in the movie.
So if you want to have a look at some real life screen use movie props, please pass them with him.
So there's a scene where I actually rip someone's face off and actually peel his face completely off, and I do it with a scalpel. And the blood that comes out, so the jumper, the turquoise jumper you can see there with me as the doctor on the picture, that's the actual one from that scene where I rip his face off.
And it's a bit mucky, isn't it? It's a bit dirty, that jumper.
Yeah, it's a bit mucky. But I don't know, there's just something about slasher movies. It's like coming back to the old school genre. You know, zombie movies kind of took over, Walking Dead took over the world, and but now, I think thanks to the likes of American Horror Story, the way that was written, and people wanted to go back to old school horror films. You know, your Friday the 13th, your Nightmare on Elm Street, your Jason Voorhees, there he is. You know, Chucky, people like that, people want this kind of movie back again. So I think we were kind of on the money bringing this really sort of like 1980s style slasher to a modern audience.
And a character that you can relate. So like when you look around the room today, you know, you will see a couple of Jason Voorhees, you'll see Michael Myers is knocking around. These are the characters that we all know and love. And when you build a character like Boarhog, I presume you're hoping essentially that people are going to be like, that's the Boarhog.
No, it's true.
And making that character.
I mean, I do a lot of Comic Cons, and we've had people in full cosplay who have arrived. Someone had got their entire arm tattooed of me, right down their arm, the full Boarhog tattoo, which blew my mind.
How surreal is that?
I get stopped in the street constantly going, oh my God, can I just touch you for a minute? And that's a little bit creepy. And someone stopped me in Tesco. Other supermarkets are available.
Yes, thank
but
you.
someone stopped me in Tesco and literally said, what would Bracknell say to my wife right now?
Wow.
And I'm like, do you really want to know?
Do you find that you're more than happy to lean into that? So people always Bracknell. Do you do your Bracknell?
No, that made me a psychopath.
If you could so easily just be like, oh, I am actually a
I did it earlier on. Danielle heard it earlier on. Some kid just ran at my table, messed everything up, and I just went, don't touch it.
Doing a Bracknell.
I was like, Bracknell's here today. Don't mess my cards up.
That's something you can take away with you today. So if you have a moment like that, so I'm just having a Bracknell.
Just having a
Just doing a
Bracknell. Yeah, I love talking to anyone. And I think cons are quite nice because it gives us chance to meet amazing people. You know, people think it's the other way around, that you guys come to meet us. We come to meet you. You know, we'll tell you that. We love meeting people, you know, who appreciate what we do. And I mean, I've been a Comic Con fan for years. I love going to the Love of Horror and just having a wander around and stuff like that. And you know, coming to independent venues like this where you're building something that's not on the big scale of the massive ones, that it's a way that we can say thank you to you guys personally for actually taking time, putting Amazon on, going into HMV and buying the Blu-ray and stuff like that. I quite like that.
It's so important, I think, for independents. Obviously, Boarhog is an independent movie, and it's so important for independent creatives to support each other in that way. And we're only a small convention, but I can see looking around the room, there are people here that have been here every year now for the last 3 years, and it's something that we're building on. So to have people like yourself come and meet people and say, you know, you can meet people from the movies at small conventions, and you can have those conversations.
Absolutely.
And
And it is nice. And, you know, we've been really lucky as a cast at Boarhog that it's gone global. A lot of independent films don't, which is fine, but it's gone massive in America. It's, you know, I won Best Actor.
I've seen the award. If you've not been over to Reese's table, go and have a look at that award. It is stunning.
I was nominated for Best Actor at the Los Angeles Hollywood Horror Awards, and I won Best Actor. Here it is.
Oh, Paul's bringing it over now. Thanks, Paul.
Here you go. Cheers, mate.
Look at this.
Look at that. It's a bit sexy, isn't it?
Look at that. Woo! Award-winning actor in Heywood. Come on, people.
Yeah, I was so blown away to even be nominated is an amazing thing, but to actually go and win it, and the quotes that they gave, and I was at a dinner. I'm going to drop some names. I don't normally drop names, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I'll pick them up.
So we've got a table. We've got Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger there. We've got Kathy Bates, Misery, Icon, and we've got Linda Blair as the Exorcist, all at this table, and they knew who I was. And I'm like, how's this even a thing? You were on Titanic, you spewed pea soup everywhere, and they were like, well done on the award, and you know, Rob, listen to me, Rob. Freddy Krueger. He literally spoke to me as Freddy Krueger. And for me, as I'm a kid from Doncaster. Come on, let's be right. And I was just like, this is insane.
I can imagine.
Yeah, just.
But it shows you though, doesn't it? I mean, we talk about stuff like we're going about Heywood. You know, Heywood's a small town. Rochdale, Borough, Greater Manchester. We're not a big place. We're not famous for loads of stuff. But a kid from Doncaster.
We have got electricity now, I will let you know. My mum has got an indoor toilet.
Hey, we've got Wi-Fi in here, we'll beat
Stop
that. Well, you can, and the thing with independent movies, especially when you've got other creatives coming together, so Craig's had this idea and he's written this movie and he wants to direct it, and he finds the guy that he knows is going to pull that off, you know?
It was really strange. Obviously, Craig's over there, and Boarhog had already been cast. So they'd already got it all sorted, everything was ready to go ahead and everything. And then I did a screen test. I was the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz at the time, and people were saying to me, you really need to apply for this movie. I was like, I'm too busy, I'm doing 3 shows a day with The Wizard of Oz. And then they came back to me and they were like, no, you really need to look at this movie. So I actually was going to go for Troy, which is one of the doctors that ends up being a sacrificial victim, shall we say, to the Boarhog. So I actually was thinking about going for him at the time. Then I decided to do my screen test and make him a little bit more angry. So it was sent off to casting, and they came back and offered me the franchise. And we're literally like, you are Boarhog, you are what we are looking for. So it moved very, very quickly after that point. The scripts arrived, I went and did the screen tests. I didn't meet any of the cast though. The lady who plays my wife in the movie, me with a wife, my mother was so proud. I was like, so I said specifically, I don't want to meet Beverly Rendell, who plays my wife. I want that moment where she meets Adam to be so real. So we had all the sets, all the cameras were ready, the sound was ready, Bev was ready in the costume, and I said, I'm not going to talk to her, I'm going to go straight into the scene as I arrive. And I said to the production crew, whatever I do, don't stop the cameras from rolling, you must keep going. And the scene was where I had to smack her, get her hair, and really, really go for it, because like I say, he's not a very nice guy. And bearing in mind, this lady had never met me in her life before. So I walk in, sit down, and went straight into it, and clocked her on. Her eyes filled up with tears. I literally said to her, you know, you're really pushing my buttons now. And I got my fist up, hair in her hand, and the fear on her face was unlike anything. Her eyes, like I said, they filled up with tears. I could see all the cameras were still rolling so they could do cutaway shots, and I just went insane. This poor woman was traumatized, but when you watch it in the movie, you could not get a reaction like that if she'd have seen the real me. I had to scare her. And it was the same with Boarhog. When I first put the suit on, that suit over there, when I first put it on, the first character that comes face to face with Boarhog is Beth McShane. So we had her blindfolded. We got her onto set. She had to turn with her back to me. They got me into position, all the cameras were ready, the lighting was on. She was specifically told, you do not turn around until we tell you. We want your reaction to be real. So I'm in the full outfit with all the blood running down me. I've got that big knife there over the top of her. And as we went to action and she turned round, her legs actually gave way underneath her, because I was over her. And I ran at her with so much force that her legs gave way. She fell backwards into a filing cabinet and literally slid down this filing cabinet. She went pure white as I was over the top of her. We got the shot, but if we'd have retaken that, it wouldn't have been the same reaction, because she'd already seen him. And that was the reason that she was brought on, that she could not see what I looked like. So those reactions were quite nice. But we did that quite a lot through the film. There's a scene where I get thrown into water, into like this canal. We did that like 16 times in November. It was
in Manchester.
Freezing. They had to keep coming and moving the ice that was forming around me out the way, and laying in that water. Yeah. It's on screen for 2 seconds, literally, and we filmed all day.
This is what Danielle was saying earlier about
in the
scene,
water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scene in the pool that's maybe on screen for 5-7 minutes, and she's in there for 6-7 hours.
Hours.
Yeah, it's incredible.
We did there's a fight scene in it, right? Like, take a fight scene. You will watch it in the movie. It's on screen for about 90 seconds, realistically, where I literally batter the hell out of this guy who's sat over there. Literally knock the hell out of him. There's blood and pulp and gore, and I knife him, and giving spoilers away if you've not seen it. That was over 200 camera angles to film that. We filmed every night, and in total, the amount of time to do that 90 seconds, it took nearly 24 hours of footage. an entire day spread out over weeks of me just punching and punching and punching and punching, that was edited and edited and edited down to 90 seconds. And when we watched it at the premiere, we had a full auditorium there, and Craig and I were sat, close to each other, and people watched this 90 seconds fight. They have no idea the hours and hours and hours and hours and hours it took to get to that point. But that's what making movies is like, it's a lot of sitting around, it's a lot of hours, it's a lot of setup, and then a few seconds of me kicking the out of somebody, and then I sit around and have a KFC again.
Amazing.
But, yeah, it's so much fun.
I could literally sit and talk to you all day.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. Follow me on Instagram, it's all there. Reese_BCA, it's all there.
And he's got his stand as well, so if you would like some more insight into what it's like to really get into the mind of Adam Brecknell, go and speak to Reese, I urge you, because he's
come over and see
such a pro, and he will tell you everything you want to know. Has anybody in the audience got any questions quickly before we go? I can bring a mic. He's got a mic over there. Is anything anyone wants to ask Reese?
Anybody wants to ask anything?
Don't be embarrassed. Yeah, we've got a question over here.
And I've got all the time in the world.
What is your all-time favourite horror movie?
Oh, my all-time favourite. Okay, I like one with a twist. So I will say What Lies Beneath, Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer. I love how Harrison plays a completely different character to what we normally see him as, and the way Michelle plays it with the ghost and everything. So What Lies Beneath as a horror, as a psychological thriller, I would say The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Rebecca De Mornay, and Ernie Hudson. What a film. But again, you can't beat your old school classics, Freddie, Jason, Michael. But number one, What Lies Beneath.
Amazing. Anybody else before we move on? Is anyone any questions? I do urge you to come and speak to Reese at his table. If you'd rather speak one-on-one, you don't want to speak out in a crowd. I know a lot of people are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah,
so please do come and speak to Reese, because he's a fond of knowledge when it comes to making movies. Mr. Reese Ryan, Dr. Brecknell, Boarhog, thank you so much.
Pleasure. You're great. Let me say that. This would make a great thing to kill someone with, wouldn't it? Can you imagine me clocking someone with that? I don't know. I'd like to poison someone as well.
Volunteer as tribute, there you go.
Adam, you want killing by Adam. That's fine. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, Reese. Thank
Cheers.
you so much. Wow.
This ghost story is called The Screaming Man. They say that emotions are absorbed into the walls and fabric of a building. Feelings of happiness, joy, sadness and terror can be repeated over and over again for eternity. Bear this in mind as I tell you the following story. The Tavern is a pub. It sits right at the heart of a small village in the countryside. It's cosy and quaint, but appearances can be deceptive, because this was also the gathering place for a notorious gang called the Coiners. The Coiners were highwaymen, conmen and killers. The locals all knew it. They turned a blind eye to their evil deeds. The Coiners owned the village. They took what they wanted when they wanted. They would use the tavern to exchange stolen goods, to drink until the wee hours of the morning. By the light of the fire, scores were settled and plans made. For years, the Coiners ruled the village with an iron fist. Nobody dared speak up against them until one brave soul stepped forward. John had been a resident of the village for decades. He was born there, raised there, and now was bringing up his own children. John was a local blacksmith, earning his money with an honest trade. That was until the coiners paid his shop a visit during the dark of the night. John arrived at his shop one morning to find it had been broken into, his tools taken. Without them, he was unable to work, and they were far too expensive to replace. He had his suspicions as to who'd taken them. That evening at the tavern, they were confirmed. Members of the coiners laughed at John as he sat nursing his ale, whispering about him, mocking him. John had had enough. He stormed out and made his way to the village police station. He made a complaint. The police dutifully noted it down and promised to investigate. John felt a sense of relief and walked home, hoping that justice had taken its course. What he didn't know is that he'd been followed. A member of the coiners had seen John going into the police station. Tiptoeing up to the door, he was able to listen to every word. John slept soundly that night, unaware of the peril that he was about to face. He had arranged to meet one of his friends at the tavern the next evening. They met outside and exchanged pleasantries before going in, ordering 2 ales and taking a seat. John noticed that there was a strange atmosphere in the tavern. Even though it was much quieter than usual, he spotted the coiners gathered around the fire. John sat with his back to the coiners. He was enjoying his ale when he felt 2 large hands on his shoulders. He was spun round in the chair, coming face to face with the leader of the coiners, Thomas. Thomas lifted John out of his seat, lifting him so they came face to face. Thomas was a strong man with an evil stare. He uttered just one word to John: revenge. John's feet scraped along the floor as he was dragged towards the fireplace. The rest of the coiners parted ways as John was thrown onto the hearth of the fireplace. Thomas grabbed the fire tongs and picked a large hot coal from the fire. He threw it down the back of John's shirt. John let out a piercing scream as the coal burnt his flesh. But Thomas didn't stop there. One by one, he added more coals to John, each one searing his skin, melting the fabric of his clothes. He was in agony, his screams getting louder and louder. He pleaded for them to stop and for someone to do something, but they didn't. Thomas continued until the fire had been emptied of hot coals. John screamed and cried in pain, the smell of burnt flesh hanging in the air as the coiners looked on. The pain became so much that John lost consciousness, but even then, Thomas didn't stop. He grabbed the shovel, pressed it down onto John's body, and the coals began to smoulder on his flesh. John succumbed to his painful injuries and died right there in front of the fire. But his screams still remain. Even today, in the dead of the night, John can still be heard shrieking and begging for help. The smell of his burning flesh also remains. Thank you very much.
You've been through this morning, I promise you, you have not experienced the scare maze until you've come up against these boys. Trust me, okay? Do you want to say a little quick summary? Come on, Smokey.
So some fun. We just outside them doors, just walk down towards the canteen, take the right, and the scare maze is just down there, and we'll see you in a little bit. Right.
So if you're brave enough, get in the scare maze, and maybe we'll see you on the other side of it. Go on, boys, go and do what you do best. Give them a round of applause, Murder House Production!
Oh, you're back again, are you? Oh, it's not fun with you. Hey, move! You stay there. Are you little recording? I got a phone. You ain't gonna have that for long. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Against the wall. Don't think so.
Oh, please.
You're staying with me.
Why?
Because it's fun. Come on then, you.
I'm not saying.
Get down there now! And again!
Oh, she gave it corners. Oh, bless her, she's back. Get your knees now. Get your knees. On your knees. On your knees. On your knees. Get your knees to carry up. Paul, human centipede right here. Go. Get right in there. More. That's what we're talking about.
We are lucky to have these lads as they're just about to head off on the second leg of their European tour. All the way from Holy Family. I want you to go crazy for GomBall Machine! The world is a vampire.